What's up YouTube? It's been a year since I've owned this storage facility and I've been getting so many questions about updates on it, so I'm going to dive in deep in this YouTube video so you can know the numbers, how we're doing profit-wise, and what changes we're making here. Let's dive in. All right, so just for some backstory, if people missed the first video, we will link it here in the channel, but about 14 months ago, I bought a 70-unit storage facility with 20 to 30 outdoor parking spots for just under $1 million. What I liked about the storage facility was that there's extra room to grow the facility. If we wanted to, we could actually double the number of units out here. But when we bought it, the key thing that I realized was that the rents were 25% under market value compared to what other people were charging in the area. There was only 1 or 2 other storage facilities in this small town, and there's definitely a demand for it. So my facility was nicer, newer, and if we're getting 25% less rent, that just showed me that there was a lot of opportunity out here, plus with the option to expand. So we bought, we closed, and we really just tried to stabilize for the first like 3 to 6 months. Trying to track down everybody's information was a big challenge because the old owner literally lived next door and there was a lot of handshake deals and things like that. I don't think he actually had a lot of contracts with people. So then we just wanted to see who the bad players were, what were the people that were misbehaving out here. We actually heard that there was somebody that was living in their RV out here at one point. I didn't actually see it, but that's what I heard. So since then, we've actually had all the bad players exit and we've started to raise rents. We've increased our monthly revenue by about $350 to $400 per month. And when you run that on like a 5.5% to 6% cap rate, that's almost like a 6-figure lift just on raising the rents a little bit. We've also filled up all the other units out here, and we've also started to rent more RV space here, which is great. So we've got a bunch of RVs here now, outdoor parking spots. And we've really just come up with like better systems to manage the facility here as well. Like who does the grass, who does the snow. We've actually made a deal with one of our best clients here in the storage facility. He needs us just as much as we need him. He's actually here, he's got a grass cutting business, so it works out really, really well. So those are some of the changes that we've made. It's really kind of a boring business, right? We didn't want to buy it to do a whole lot of work, but there was enough work here to figure out the accounting system, the portal that everybody's supposed to be using, getting people just to pay with like not check, but or cash, but to get them to pay with e-transfers, credit card payments, all those different things definitely took months and months to set up. But I can sleep well at night knowing that we've got a lot of that work done now. And now it's a very stable business and it only takes like a few hours a week to manage and maintain. I guess some of the other changes that we're gonna be making out here is we've got a Rocket Hub for internet. Cameras are coming to be installed so we can actually see who's coming and going and what they're doing, as well as the biggest ticket item here, what we had to search around for a little while, was getting an automatic gate put in. And we got prices all over the board from like $18,000 for a really no-frill one, all the way up to $50,000 for a much more expensive one that's not all that much different from the lower version one. So we kind of went with middle of the tier, low 20s. We're gonna get an automatic gate in here so we can really control who's coming, who's going. If they're not paying, they will get locked out of the facility, and I guess they could try to hike their stuff over the fence. But at the end of the day, they'll probably be like, what's going on? And we'll know that they actually tried to enter the facility, and we'll try calling them right then and there. But we also got a lot of questions here on Instagram, and I did Instagram stories to reply to them. So let me go pull them out and start to answer them for you as well throughout this video, because if one of my IG followers here has a question, you probably have the same question here too. What better place to do Q&A other than right here outside the storage facility? So first question is, Corey, do you like self-storage? Yes, otherwise I wouldn't have bought this one if I didn't like it. How did you actually find this deal itself? This deal was actually brought to me by someone in my network. It was too big for them to close, so I ended up working with them and through the realtor that brought it to them. This deal never hit the market. It was a private sale, and I gave them a finder's fee. We ended up closing on it. Everybody made money. And the interesting part about this storage facility here was that the owner didn't want to do a vendor take back with me, but the agent who brokered the deal actually wanted to put a little bit of money at work, so we got a vendor take back for a couple of years through him as we stabilized the asset, which was pretty cool. All right, next question is, Corey, I'm sitting on a large piece of land that could be a storage facility. Do you think it's economical in developing it? I think it is, because as long as you have the demand in the area, you've got to do some research in the area, do your own study to see if it will support that many units of storage. And there is a formula that you can use. It's actually in my first video here. You can go check it out. But if the area is not oversaturated, then the cost to build these things really isn't all that expensive, right? You're going to be building on slab, and you got to get approval from the city that you're in. But really from there, it's just steel, aluminum, maybe some wood framing and things of that nature. But we're probably talking like $40 to $60 a square foot to build, plus some of your soft costs and things of that nature. And when you could be getting $75 to $150 a unit, and when you figure that out per square foot, it doesn't take you that long. Usually the payback period is like 3 to 5 years for you to pay back everything. So I do think it's economical. It's more economical than building like a multifamily rental property, but the value is also going to reflect that as well, right? When you build one of these units here, it's not worth as much as an apartment, obviously. All right, next question is, Corey, how do you find storage facility deals like this here in Ontario, in Canada, or really anywhere in North America? And I got to let you know, like, same with other types of properties, right? You need to go to the source. You need to find motivated sellers. How do you do that? You do that with lots of reach outs. Okay, it's not just gonna fall in your lap. Yes, there are agents that sell storage facilities like this, but typically when it comes through an agent, they're gonna be wanting like maximum price for what they're trying to sell, right? It's usually been pretty tweaked and pretty ready for the market as well. So you can go find your own opportunities out there, just doing reach outs and doing the research, and you'll be able to find them, right? So storage facilities are easily Googleable because people want you to find their storage facility, and you can just start these conversations with people. Even if you're paying full market value, but you still see some upside, I would still pay full market value for one of these storage facilities as long as there was upside for me to add extra units and develop and all those different things, right? And the cap rates are going to depend on the area as well. And then the last question for here, Corey, what do you do when clients don't pay? Well, it's a lot different than the Landlord-Tenant Act here in a lot of the provinces or a lot of the states here around North America. The kind of cool thing is when people aren't paying, you try to reach out to them, you give them written notice, we mail them a letter, and from there, if they're not responsive within 2 weeks, we give them a final notice. From there, we're basically like, you know, I haven't had to auction off people's things before, so lots of times there's really no value in the auction, so we'll just call our junk hauler person to haul away the garbage, and we've actually got a unit right behind my camera guy here. We've got to do that very thing. But as I've been selecting our own tenants and we were communicating with them right out of the gates, so we have that control over who's coming into the storage facility. We're gonna have less and less problems with that over time, but we always have backup credit card payment, backup contact payment, backup addresses, all kinds of different backups that we didn't have before when we assumed all these tenants. So a lot of the stuff, just like finding your own tenants when it comes to renting apartments, the work is done up front there, gang. You gotta make sure that you're accepting in good quality people. We've seen drama type people calling us up saying, I need this last minute, I need it today, and the story just didn't really check out. They wouldn't give us a credit card and other things for backup payments, so we just said, unfortunately, that's just against company policy, we're not gonna be able to do it. All right, so don't be desperate. We've actually got some vacant units here right now. We're okay with having a little bit of vacancy, 5 or 10%, because then we can actually say yes to people that legitimately need it for certain reasons. And there you have it, gang. So hopefully that really helps you understand the storage facility game. I think it's got room to run here, and it's gonna become more and more popular as people are getting smaller and smaller homes, smaller and smaller garages, and people are becoming more and more materialistic. Okay, that's not gonna go away either. So people are gonna need a place to store their stuff wherever they go, and if they're trying to save money, they will actually drive further distances, especially if they're just gonna park it and forget it for 1, 2, 3 years as they're sorting through their stuff, or they know they're gonna be traveling abroad, or they're downsizing. They'll be in one of these units for a long, long time. There's been some of the same clients here for like 10 years, and they just keep paying that monthly payment. If you want to find out more about this or any of the things that we do when it comes to real estate investing in general, make sure you stay in touch with me. Fill out an application on my website if you want to have a conversation about how can I still buy cash flowing assets here in this crazy changing economy. We help students every single week, every single month, every single day actually when it comes to buying high quality assets. If that sounds like you and you want help to move forward, let us know. We'd be happy to get in touch, jump on a strategy call. We'll go from there. Otherwise, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Drop a comment down below with how you like storage and what you'd like to have us talk about next. Otherwise, have an amazing summer. We'll talk to you real soon. We'll see you on the next video.